My name is Juan Martinez. I have been tattooing now. The first time I tattooed was in 2014, but I kind of opted out that part, and really I count from the point that I started my apprenticeship at Simmsinknapa, which was in late 2015. So the very first time that I actually tattooed somebody at the shop was September 2016, so I guess you could say I've been tattooing for about 3 years through Sims now. Really, tattoos are something that I've kind of been around in my life. You know, family members, cousins, always, you know, my cousins always had the classic black and gray charras, Virgin Marys, Virgen de Guadalupe, or, you know, Old English classic tattoos. So I grew up seeing a lot of those. But as for me personally, they've always just kind of been around, you know, they've always been something that I thought they always looked super cool. That classic look, that black and gray look was one that really grabbed my eye. Ultimately, when I was in college, my teammates were actually the ones that nudged me in a way, you know, to start tattooing. Up until that point, it had always been an interest of mine. From the point that I got my first tattoo and I saw the whole process, having the conversation with my artist, seeing how it all went down, the healing process, you know, everything just kind of grabbed onto my attention, and since then, I mean, it just kind of took over. And so Victor initially took me on. You know, he was the one that actually was the one who decided to apprentice me. Throughout the time being there at Simmsinknapa, really everybody's kind of pitched in. Julio has helped me out a whole bunch as well, you know, so. Growing up in Napa, you know, it's a small town, so everybody along the lines growing up, or, you know, meeting people, you're gonna go ahead and run into all different kinds of people. And actually, I met Dane through a gym where we were working out at. And from there, it became basically talking about tattoos. I mentioned how I was tattooing my boys in college and basically out of the dorm in between practice and all that. And at the time, I was actually getting my first piece done at the shop by Julio, and I was spending already enough time in there, and he actually, you know, he suggested talking to the guys a little bit, putting in a good word for me, so that's really how it just took off. And, you know, I grew up in the youngest out of a family of 8, you know, in a super old school family, and having that type of vibe around me, you know, where people, one, they want to go ahead and progress, and two, they want to see the people around them progress. I think that's what grabbed me on the most. So when you're doing for family and you kind of know where they're coming from or anything like that, it just adds a little bit more of that, you know, that personal emotion into a tattoo. The way that it all played out, to be honest with you, I didn't know that it was gonna happen. In my head, I was gonna go ahead and come home from college, stack up some cash, go ahead and settle myself, be able to do an apprenticeship, you know, once I got with the ball rolling on my life here. Yeah, I mean, I got the opportunity, and I would like to consider myself the type of person you see an opportunity, you take it, and I've been running with it ever since, you know, with the help with everybody at the shop, and, you know, Dane, the guys I've got to know, it's just kind of kept the ball rolling ever since. Any goal that is there for me, it's basically just, you know, soaking up game and seeing what other people have to offer, and from then, you know, showing what I have to offer after that. For anybody that wants to get a tattoo, my biggest advice would be going to the shop. Get a feel for who's gonna tattoo you. Make sure that you like their style, you like what they do, you know, make sure that your tattoo that you have in your mind kind of matches the same type of vibe that they have. You know, it's a tattoo, it is very permanent. There's people that, if you're gonna go ahead and get a big tattoo, you know, might as well go ahead and spend some time thinking about what you're gonna, if you're gonna go ahead and just do a walk-in, do anything like that, come on in, we'll take care of it, you know, but it just kind of depends on where you're at. I say the more space in your body you're gonna dedicate, you know, I think the more time you should dedicate to actually seeing how you want that tattoo to look overall.